Good morning, good morning, good morning, folks. Good morning, good morning, good morning here from WA. Okay, very early. It's 6:30 a.m. Just want to say, let me just okay, should be a little better adjustment. But folks, good morning. Good morning. Just want to do a quick apology. I know the live stream was supposed to be set for 6 a.m. I did have to push it back a little bit because it didn't get bright outside for a while. It was still pretty dark, so apologies for having to push it back. I know anyone who's kind of kept up with the time and everything, because I had the stream scheduled, I pushed it back like 3-4 times. So apologies for that. But welcome to the stream. Another live stream here on the ocean. I mean, let's show what we got here. Okay, let's show you what we got. Here we go. Oh yeah. This is what we're talking about here, folks. This is what we're talking about. Hopefully it's straight for you. But anyway. All right. Anyway, so we got the ocean behind me. I think you guys posted up on a post, actually. Ironically. Ooh, what was that? Was that a dolphin? Oh. Anyway, if I see any dolphins, folks, I'll show you. But yeah. So anyway, so welcome, folks. This is the last live stream we had. Last live stream was 2 weeks ago, and we had it's ants. Get off my coffee. Okay. The last live stream we kind of talked about the last video, which was what was that last video? It was the stop messing around video. Yes, right. Stop messing around and go. Stop messing around and go. And that video did pretty well, folks. I really like that one. I really like that video. And not only is it for all of you guys out there to get your passport, especially the U.S. citizens, gotta get your passport. You gotta get your passport, folks. I know I pick on the U.S. citizens a lot. That can go for anybody, obviously. Like, I would highly suggest any and everybody get your passport and travel the world. So that's my main thing. But the reason why I just harp on U.S. citizens specifically, number one, because I'm from the U.S. and I know how we operate, and number two, because I know we don't travel. And so. But then folks turn around and ask me, oh, okay, well, how do you do this? How do you do that? How do you travel? Oh my God, that looks so cool, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, listen, number one, you've got to get your passport. So like, what are we doing? So yeah, so that's kind of what that video was like. But not only was it for you guys, it was also for me. To stop messing around and get the YouTube thing going, get the content creator stuff going, get all sorts of stuff going. So it also was for me in a few personal aspects. So yeah, it's kind of what it was like. And then the week later we had the live stream. We talked about it in the live stream, and then talked about a little bit of travel. I kind of gave away some little travel hints about where I'm going to be going and blah blah blah, and then last week was there was no video that week after that because I had a very 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 long work week, and then had a video set up, but it didn't look that great. I didn't want to just throw something up just to throw it up, so that I had to kind of pushing off a few days, and then which was last week, 2 weeks ago. Then last week I ended up posting 2 videos, so I had like a little pre-announcement last week Monday, and then a couple days later on Wednesday, and then posted the video about being lonely while traveling, which shout out to my buddy Christian for that video idea. Something I always wanted to talk about, but I had it further down my list. But yeah, he kind of helped resurface that video. So shout out to Christian for that, because it is a very, very big, not a big topic, but it's a topic that not a lot of people talk about. So yeah, so I thought that was very important. So if you guys haven't watched those videos, go watch those videos. And then now, obviously, this week, I'm doing a live stream. For those who are joining, morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Good to have you here. We're here. Well, I don't know if you can see the ocean behind me, but I'll move out of the way. Oh, wrong way. We've got the water just under my leg here, right here. We got the water over here. That's nice. I don't know if you can see the boat. No, you can't see the boat out there. But we got a couple of boats out here. Some of the rich folks out here got their boats and stuff, but it's really cool. It is currently 6:35 a.m. out here in Western Australia. So the dedication to live stream for you guys. But also I like to get up early. I like to get up early anyway. There's no one around. There's a few people doing morning walks and stuff. But you know, when you're on a resort and stuff like that, no one's getting up early. You know, everyone and their kids and all their pets and stuff, they're sleeping until 9, which is perfect. So I like to get up early and kind of take a walk around here anyway, kind of decompress before I go to work or before I start the day or whatever. So, but anyway, but yeah, last live stream we talked about, I threw out a couple travel hints. Also, apologies. I know I'm going to look this way a lot. My camera's right here. I'm so used to having my camera on this side, the lens on this side. So if I'm looking this way, apologies, ignore me. But yeah, so speaking of the travel announcement, big travel announcement next week, March 19th. There's an ant on my iPad. Go away. Get off of there. Anyway, perks of being out on the beach, folks. You get the wildlife, you get the elements. Okay, but yes, big travel announcement. Big travel announcement next week. I've thrown out a couple of countries because I can't hold everything in. I can't. If you guys are following me on Instagram, rosstravelsofficial on Instagram and TikTok, share it with the folks you know, share it with the folks you don't know. Trying to grow the channel here, trying to grow the family over there, and more live updates, more in time, more real-time updates over on Instagram. So go follow me over there. But yeah, next week, March 19th. Don't know what time yet, but March 19th will be the big travel announcement, folks. I'm still filming that video. I'll be filming that video for the next, I've been filming it for the last few days here. I'm going to film a little bit more today and then probably finishing off tomorrow. And then we'll be editing all the way until Wednesday to get that video up for you guys. And I'm very excited because it's a very, very, very big video, big announcement. And I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped, folks. So stay tuned. And I am very, very excited. Where did all these ants come from? They must have known there was something. It's probably because of my coffee, but that's okay. But yeah, but if there's anyone joining the stream, welcome. You know, I love doing these live streams. They really, really do help out a lot. I don't know if this will be a long one. This might be a 30-minute live stream. So if anyone jumps in the next 22 minutes, come on in. But yeah, so yeah, I'm very excited for the travel announcement. Sorry, folks, give me 2 seconds. There's all kinds of ants on my iPad. Good Lord. Guys, anyone who's joining and they see me flicking ants away, excuse me for 2 seconds. Right. Where did all these ants come from? 1 second. There's so many. Okay. All right, folks, we're gonna have to redo this. You guys get the behind the scenes right here. This is what it's like. All right. For those who don't know what's going on right now, I mean, there's no one here right now, but I don't know if you can see. Hold on, can I flip the camera around? Oh, I can. Give me a second. I can show you what's going on here. Some behind the scenes action. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see this. We got a whole bunch of ants going on here. That's what's been crawling all over my iPad here in the last few minutes. So if you see me fumbling around, apologies. Let me get myself together here. I'm actually glad no one's here right now. Close up of my face. All right, folks, hold on. Give me 1 second. We're going to have to stand up and do this. Folks. Give me 1 second. Anyone who's joining, give me a second. I'm adjusting. All right. And you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Let me give you guys a view of the ocean here. Let's give you guys a little tour of the ocean here. Flip the camera around. I've got a case on as well, so that's why I'm kind of fumbling. All right, here we go. This is what we get to look at every day, folks. Just give you a little live update. This is what it's like. This is pretty nice. It's pretty nice, folks. We got the sunrise over here. Little campground. Oh, let's see if I can hold this. Got a little campground over here. Got some people walking over there. All the rich people and all their boats out there. And then just the rest of the ocean here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is good stuff, folks. All right, let's leave back around here. Here we go. Okay. Let's set you down and let's keep going. I might have to stand up for the rest of the stream, guys. All right, here we go. All right. So, this feels weird standing up for this stream. I don't like this, but that's okay, folks. We got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do. But anyway, anyone who was here in the last 2-3 minutes, apologies. Had a lot of ants down here. You guys are set up on a little post here. At the bottom of this post is where my iPad was. It was laying on top. I was laying on the little post, and it got overran by like 30 ants. So I don't know where all the ants came from, but they kind of took over my iPad. So that's why I had to adjust. It was kind of so. But I don't think there was anyone in the last couple of minutes, which is good because I was just fumbling around. But anyway, folks, yeah, so back to the travel announcement. Also, again, you guys are in my iPad case, so that's why it's at like a little bit of an angle. But yes, big travel announcement next week. Next week, Wednesday, actually less than a week, 6 days from now. So again, I've been filming it the last couple of days, film a little bit more today, a little bit more tomorrow. And then I'm going to be editing for the rest of the weekend, and it'll be up on Wednesday. Again, don't have a time yet, but March 19th. Stay tuned. Big travel announcement. I am very excited. Love that boat out there. It's so cool. Very excited. This is going to be the biggest trip I've ever done. This will be the longest trip I've ever done. And this will be the most countries I've ever done at a single time, or at least in one set trip. So, if anyone's got any questions or anything, shoot them down in the live chat. I know it's at a weird time right now. It's a bit early for everybody here in Australia. But at the end of the day, over in the US, and then in the UK, what time is it in the UK? Give me a second. It is currently 10:45 p.m. in the UK, so not too bad. But yeah, so if anyone's got any questions or anything, pop them down in the chat. If anyone's here live, if anyone's watching this back, appreciate it as well. Apologies, you had to see me fumble for 2-3 minutes, but it's what you get behind the scenes, folks. Maybe I'll make a video about that, a behind the scenes video. Anyway, but yeah, anyone who's here live, got any questions or anything, let me know. And if not, I'm gonna keep trying to fill up some space. Who knows? I might give up a country. Oh, by the way, one thing I want to say about this big travel trip. I've already said it in my little pre-announcement video that there's a few countries that people know about. There's a few countries that people know about. I've already said that. There's some countries that people know about. There are some countries that none of you guys know about. And there's some countries that nobody, and I mean nobody, is expecting. Nobody is expecting. Yeah, I don't. We'll see. We'll see if we keep that a secret for a little bit longer. Those we got a couple countries in there. We've got a set amount of countries in there that we might kind of hold off on for a little bit. Announcement wise, just to kind of keep the suspense a little bit, because again, nobody. That is my normal alarm for the day. Okay. Yeah, but that's my normal. That's something that nobody, and I mean nobody, is expecting. There's a few countries in there, so I'm excited for that reaction. I've actually booked my flight to this place. No, not yesterday. 2 days ago. Pumped, absolutely pumped. And I am ready to see the reaction on everybody's faces when they find out I'm going to a few certain countries, because I'm so excited. I am so excited. So, but yeah, so that'll be out next week, March 19th, and then we'll be continuing more videos as well. The plan is to do live stream video, live stream video, live stream video, live stream video, just because for me, like, I mean, here on the ocean, I'm out here working, so like, I mean, I've got, I can fill the time from now until August when it's time to go. I can fill up that time with videos if I need to. The only thing is I don't want to run out. you know, I mean, I could fill up some time with some videos and such. Like I'll figure it out, but I don't want to get burnt out with videos and then just end up not posting. I want to be, pretty consistent. So I think doing a video and then a live stream to talk about it, and then a video and then a live stream to talk about it, and just keep going, kind of fills the time. It also gives me a chance to interact with you guys live, give you guys some behind the scenes, what it's like behind the scenes, and talk to you guys live and whatever. So, yeah. And by the way, for the next couple of live streams, I'm gonna mess around with a little bit of times as well. So I don't think I'll have a set time. Last time we did a live stream, we did it pretty early, but we did it at 7, I think. I did it at 7 a.m. Australian Western Standard Time. So that one did pretty good. That one did pretty good. So maybe we'll do that next time. This time was a bit early. But then the one a few weeks ago, I think it was at 4 p.m. Australian Western Standard Time. But then again, you're messing around with different time zones, because for me personally, I've got people that watch me over in the States and over in the UK and whatever. So I've got like the whole world. I've got like 3 sections of the world in particular to kind of think about here. I mean, it's not always going to work out with everybody. Someone's going to have to sacrifice time-wise. And these last 2 live streams, it's been me, 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. So, but it's okay. That's good. I mean, like I said earlier in the stream, I like it. I like it. There's, in this case, it's early, no one around. And, I get a view of the ocean. Actually, you guys can't see it. Hold on. Anyone who's joining or hasn't seen yet. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We've got the ocean here. Look at that. That's good stuff. But it kind of sucks that this post doesn't lean forward a little bit. I want to have the water behind me, but we'll figure this out, folks. I did have it on the bottom of this post for anyone who's joining the live stream a little bit late or is watching the replay. I had it on this post right here, but the post sits back, like it sits back a little bit, so that's why you're at a little bit of an angle at the moment. But I had it up on the bottom of this post at like a straight angle so you can see the water behind me. But it got overran with a bunch of ants down here, and I didn't want them to be all in my iPad, and I surely did not want to take them home. So that's why we're standing, and that's why we've got a different angle here. And plus my iPad case as well. My iPad case, it's got the little angle for the keyboard. So anyway, but yeah, so super excited, folks. March 19th. Next week, new video, big travel announcement. There might be some movement as well. There might be some movement in there from now until August, but for the most part, itinerary is going to stay the same. So again, a couple things you guys know about, a couple things you guys do not know about, and a couple things in places that you guys don't know about and are not expecting whatsoever. And I'm excited for those ones. I'm excited for all of it, but I am very, very, very excited for the ones that you guys aren't expecting, because, well, you guys aren't expecting it. So very, very pumped for that. And we'll get to see what the reaction is going to be. I don't know. I'm going to put it in the video, but I don't know if I'll say exactly where. I might give a region, but I don't know if I'm going to say exactly where. Yeah, we'll keep the suspense a little bit. So, but yeah, so we were coming up on 20 minutes. We'll go half an hour stream today. We're not going to go very, very long. We got to work today anyway. So Coffee's good. But yeah, so I've got 10 minutes to fill here. If anyone's live in the chat, by the way, welcome to the stream. I know it's at a weird time. I know I pushed the stream time back quite a bit. I was gonna do, it is a sunrise live stream. However, well, it was still really dark at 6 a.m. So that's why I had to push the time back a little bit. So I apologize for that. I know a lot of people were banking on, being on half an hour earlier. So I apologize for that. But it is what it is. Can't control the sun. So, but it's good stuff, folks. And actually, speed of sunrise. Hold on, folks. Give me 1 second. Let me show you the speed of sunrise. Let me show you what we got here. That's a nice. I mean, it's a little cloudy. It's a little cloudy, so that's why I had to push it back as well. But that's sunrise, folks. Oh yeah, that's good. That's nice. That's a good little sunrise right there. So, but yeah, so good stuff. I really do not like being on this angle, but again, it is what it is. Again, for anyone who's joining the stream a little bit later on, or anyone who's watching the replay, I've got the ocean right behind me. I had my iPad set up so you can see the ocean behind me, but the spot that I'm at got overran by a bunch of ants. Welcome to the wilderness. But I just had to stand up and put you guys on like a little post. So a little unfortunate, but that's why it's on like a little bit of an angle. Ooh, that sun's really coming out now. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, we got sunrise, got a little bit of coffee. It's not even 7 a.m. yet. Now we're talking. This is good. This is nice. There's so many ants down here. Holy moly. Ay. Get off my foot. Anyway, folks. But yeah, folks, don't worry. Yeah, so we'll do half an hour stream today, and then we'll get out of here, go and take care of some stuff, work on some videos and such, and get ready for this big travel announcement next week. If anyone's live, throw on some questions. I love interacting with you guys. That's really why I want to do live stream video, just to kind of interact with you guys more, and live streams kind of help out with the channel as well, which is really good. And yeah, but it's really all I got. Actually, you know what? Since we got some time to kill, let's talk about last week's video. Because again, shout out to my buddy Christian for resurfacing that video idea for me. It was on my list, but it was a little bit further down over some of the things I had, and he kind of helped resurface that video idea. So I went ahead and did it. Well, shout out to Christian, my buddy down in Perth, but. Yeah, the reason why I kind of wanted to make that video, and the reason why he helps resurface that video, is because he's the one that's asked me, a number of times, how do you manage, loneliness while traveling, or do you ever get lonely, or what do you do about it, or how do you go about it, or what's the mindset about it? And listen, I mean, it just depends on the person. Like, I know it's very cliche answer, I know it doesn't really help anybody, but it is what it is. But my personal advice, is just to not really think about, I'm going to be lonely. Because if you think about that, then it's one of those things where, and obviously this is easier said than done, but from what I've heard and learned over the years is like, I mean, whatever you think, like I'm paraphrasing, I'm going to mess up this phrase, but like whatever you think will happen. Again, I know that's not the correct way to say it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, if you think it, you'll believe it, or something like that. I don't know. It's early, folks. It's not even 7 a.m. yet, so excuse me there. But yeah, like if I think, I'm gonna come to this place that I'm working at, and I'm gonna be just completely lonely the whole time, that's probably what's gonna happen, because you're just kind of telling yourself that. And then, who knows, you may or may not do anything about it. So, if you get someone that, doesn't really put in a lot of effort when things are tough, whatever, they're probably not likely to, make an effort to make some friends, whatever, if they think they're going to a place and they're not going to make any. That's what they think, so that's what's going to happen. But if you get someone that, again, comes to this place here, says, I'm going to make loads of friends, then you come, you're believing that before you get here, it's probably gonna happen. It may not happen right away. It may not happen as quickly as you'd like. It may not be the amount of people you were thinking, but it's probably gonna happen. It's probably gonna happen. So that's kind of a little piece of advice there. Another thing is to do. I mentioned this in a couple of videos now, but this is what I call, excuse me, coffee. The Ross Travels icebreaker method. Okay. Again, for me, I'm an introvert. Believe it or not. I know a lot of people don't believe me, but I'm an introvert. Um, but the Ross Travels icebreaker method, and I mean, this isn't my method that I came up with. I just kind of stole the idea because I thought it was funny. But the Ross Travels icebreaker method is basically, like, for example, I use the one for the hostel all the time because this is a perfect example. But you can use this when you go into a hostel. Don't be afraid of hostels. I'm gonna make a video about that. But folks, so take a hostel for example. You book a 8-bed dorm, an 8-person dorm. Okay, 8-person or a 6-person. We'll go 8-person dorm for this one. You book an 8-person dorm, so you've got 4 different beds, top and bottom on each, and you fly to Madrid, Spain for this example. You go to Madrid, Spain, and Madrid's in Spain, right? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's do Barcelona. Because Madrid's in Spain, but I know Barcelona's in Spain. Let's go Barcelona, okay? Just so I don't fuck this up. Let's say you go to Barcelona. You check into a hostel. You booked the 8-person dorm because it was stupid cheap. It was $13 a night. You check in. Obviously, a lot of travelers like the bottom bunk because they hate climbing up to the top and getting up and down and blah blah blah. So I get it. I'm in the minority. I love the top bunk, but and it's easy because no one likes it. So it's perfect. But you walk in, 3 out of the 4 bottom bunks are taken. You've got 1 bottom bunk left, and it's one of those ones where you can choose a bed. You walk in, oh yeah, 1 bottom bunk left, perfect. You go in and you make like a little comment like that. You've got the three others. They're like on their phones scrolling TikTok or something, or listening to music or whatever. You go in, kind of look around. They look at you. Be like, oh man, I got the last bottom bunk. There you go. That might spark the icebreaker method. You walk in, oh, I got the last bottom bunk, and they look, they might give a little laugh or something. Oh yeah, man, take the bunk, man. Just like something little like that. I know it sounds cheesy and whatever, but it works. Trust me, it works. I mean, they're at a hostel, they get it. So, but yeah, so you go in, oh yeah, I got the last bottom bunk. This is great. Just like a little side comment like that could be a friendship. For all we know, all my travelers out there, you understand, for all my non-travelers, this sounds pretty ridiculous. So that's why you need to get your passport and start traveling so you can understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, something little like that could spark because then they could turn around and be like, oh man, yeah, go take the last bottom bunk, man, you got it, don't let anyone else take it or whatever. And then that could spark, okay, well, that could spark further conversation. Ooh, okay. How was your flight? Where did you come from? What's your travel plans? How long you been traveling for? Where are you from? That could just be a whole thing. That could literally be a whole thing. And that person could be a solo traveler, and the other 2 people could be solo travelers, and you all could just like spark up a nice little conversation. There you go. It's perfect. So, so that's the Ross Travels icebreaker method. Again, not my method that I came up with. I just kind of took the idea and put the Ross Travels theme on it, but but I think it's funny. But again, like, I've been in so many hostels where I know this works. I know it works. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, there are some cold people out there. You might try the Ross Travels icebreaker method and say, yeah man, I got that last bottom bunk, and then people just look at you weird. So it's not always gonna be positive. You never know. You might get some cold people that just look at you and be like, what's this dude doing here? It might happen. It's part of travel. It's not all, sunshine and rainbows and super positive. It's as much as we'd like it to. It's just the reality. It doesn't always happen. So, but more times than none, people staying in hostels are in the same position as you. Especially if they're solo, or even if they're traveling with friends or partners and stuff. Like, they book the hostel because it's $5 a night, $10, $13, $20 a night. Like, it's cheap. So more than likely, you're all in the same situation. So if you're ever feeling like, oh, I'm gonna be lonely, or I'm going to this new city. Sorry, folks, my There we go. Sorry, that was my alarm going off. Sorry, folks. I am not in bed. I'm currently doing a live stream at 7 a.m. in Australia, so I've got to turn the alarms off. But anyway, but yeah, when folks are worried about loneliness, you know, when traveling or whatever, then it's like, you know, they're like, let me take this notification off. There we go. They're like, oh man, I'm going to Auckland, New Zealand. I have no idea what to do and who to meet and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, if you're staying in a hostel, hostels are very social. That's what they're for. And so you just can't really think like, okay, I'm not going to make any friends. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. You've already taken the leap to go to this place. So you might as well put the effort in to make some friends. You know, they might not be lifelong friends. You're not going to, you know, go to their weddings and stuff like that. It's not going to happen all the time. You might meet one. You might meet five. You might meet none. You know, it's just how it goes. So when it comes to loneliness and traveling, you just got to think positive. Again, very cheesy, very cliche, easy to say. But it is, I mean, that's really just simple as that. He's got to think positive because another thing is, you know, if you say, you know, I'm going to be lonely while traveling, number one, I mean, that's like, I lost my train of thought. I had something good there and I lost my train of thought. Anyway, behind the scenes is what happens. The gears are turning too fast. But anyway, I'll come back to it. It'll come back to me. But yeah, but I mean, you've already booked the trip. Like you're already traveling. You've already, you know, taken the leap to go somewhere. So you might as well put the effort in to make the most out of it. That's really it. So, we got some new people joining in the stream. So welcome everybody joining the stream. I was gonna do a 30-minute live stream, but now we got some people coming in, so we'll stay for a few more minutes. For anyone who's wondering why I'm on a little bit of an angle, number one, we've got the ocean here. This is a sunrise live stream. Again, apologies for anyone who was waiting. I know I was supposed to start an hour ago. I ended up starting a half an hour later because it was still dark outside. So, I mean, the sun has finally come up, so we are out here 30 minutes later. Let's give you a little bit of a view of the ocean here. Oh, yeah. I know I'm on a bit of an angle. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, folks, look at that. But anyway, for anyone who's joining, because some people are popping in, so a lot of people are coming and going. For anyone who's joining the stream, I know I'm on a little bit of an angle, and I'm also standing for this one. Number one, you're on a post. You're on a little bit of a post, just because, number one, of my iPad case. But then also, I had my iPad sat down on the bottom of the post, directly with the ocean behind me. But then, well, nature arrived, and there's like a bunch of ants that took over my iPad, so I had to stand so they didn't get all in my whatever. Yeah, so that's why I'm standing, and that's why I'm on a little bit of an angle. But anyway, let's see. Oh, we got some comments in here. Thanks everyone for joining the stream, by the way. I know it has had a lot of people jump in and out. The weather. So it's currently 7 a.m. out here. It's 23 degrees Celsius, which is 70s. Hey Siri. Siri, what's 23 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? Yeah, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's really nice out here. The sun finally came up, so that's the sun finally came up, so that's why I finally got a chance to start the stream half an hour late. But behind the scenes is how we do it. But it's nice out here. 7 a.m. I mean, we started the stream at 6:30, which is nice. I got coffee in hand, got the ocean. Hold on, folks. Let me turn the camera around and show you what we really got going on here. Here we go. This is the sunrise live stream you guys came for. So we got the resort. Where's my finger? There it is. Resort over here, campground. A lot of rich people in their boats. And here's the ocean right behind me. I wish the post that you guys are sitting on was a little more. Oh my God, we're fading here. We're fading. All right, I need my iPad to focus again. There we go. Anyway, the ocean was too nice. The iPad couldn't focus. But yeah. But anyway, like I was saying, so you guys are sitting on a post right now. I had my iPad on the bottom on the sand, directly with the ocean behind me. You could see it, but my iPad got overran with ants. Welcome to nature. And so now you guys are on a post, but the problem is the post is at a little bit of an angle, and also with my iPad case is also at an angle, so that's why it looks a little funny. It looks like you're staring at the sky. So apologies for that, but that's what happens behind the scenes. There we go. Now we got some folks joining in. Here we go. You guys came in at the right time. I was going to do a half-an-hour live stream today. We were at 35 minutes. But since you guys are here, we got time. I don't have to work for another 2 hours, so we're good. But anyway, for anyone who's missed it, by the way, because I said a lot of things in the first half an hour. We had a lot of people come in and out. So while you guys are here, number one, thanks for joining. Number two, we really hope you guys hit the like button for the guys who are here. Again, a lot of people coming in and out. Whether you guys are here for 5 minutes, 5 seconds, 20 minutes, the whole stream, doesn't matter. No minutes. If you can't make it, obviously the replay will be up later. So I appreciate all of you guys regardless. But in the first half of the stream, since most of you guys had missed it, I talked about I actually talked about a lot of things. I talked about a lot of things in the first half of the stream, but the big one is the big travel announcement. The big travel announcement will be next week, March 19th. I don't have a set time yet, but it'll be up next Wednesday, or actually it might be Tuesday night for most of you guys over in the US and in the UK. But here in Australia, it'd be Wednesday. I'm still filming that because I'm filming lots of different portions of it. Again, like I said, some places that you guys know about, a few of you guys know about, some places that you guys don't know about, and some places nobody is expecting. And that's the fun one for me. I actually booked my flight for one of those countries 2 days ago. So yeah, there's only like I think I've only told like 3 or 4 people my whole plan out of everybody. Which for me, when it comes to travel, it's hard to keep my mouth shut because I get so excited about travel and I'm gonna go to this place and this place and this place. It's so hard to keep it in. So only a few people know the whole itinerary. A lot of you guys know about like 2 or 3 countries, and that's Sri Lanka and India and Pakistan. I'm not sure about Nepal yet. We'll have to see about Nepal, but you guys will figure out. You guys will find out next week in the video. But be sure we don't have any more questions. Okay, cool. Yes, we talked about that. So March 19th, next week, the video will be out. Very pumped for it. And I know a lot of you guys popped in when I was talking about last week's video, which was loneliness while traveling. Again, shout out to my buddy Christian for that, for helping me resurface that video. And that was a fun one to make. And then I talked about, the last couple of videos as well and the last couple of live streams. So, but yeah, so just to kind of wrap it up with the loneliness talk. The sun's out now. Sun's out. I need to put sunglasses on. Jesus. Anyway, but yeah, loneliness while traveling. Like, just to kind of wrap it up, put a bow on it, so we can kind of move on to the next thing. But yeah, loneliness while traveling, like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, especially solo traveling too. Like, you're traveling solo. Again, like, I'll use a different example because some folks have gone in and out of the stream. But like, let's say if you solo travel to, I've already used my good destinations already in my previous example, so I can't think of anything else other than Thailand, and I don't want to use Thailand. Let's say you solo travel to Portugal. Let's do Portugal. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's say you solo travel to Portugal, to Lisbon. I mean, number one, you've already taken the lead to book the trip, because that's the one thing. That's the one thing that a lot of folks kind of take a while on. They think about it. Shout out to my man Tim, by the way, with this phrase. But I talk about Tim in every video. He's probably annoyed, but we love Tim and he's cool. So, but he came up with this phrase, and he said, "Do not wish yourself to death." And what he means is, folks want to go on a trip. They think about this trip and blah, blah, blah. And they wish and wish and wish and wish and wish. Oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. And they know they can, but they don't. And I get it. Life gets in the way. We've got, we got, what's the word? I'm forgetting the word, but we got things to do, things to take care of, and we buy pets, or we have, whatever the situation is. And I get it. It may not be right away, but like, when you think about a trip, it doesn't need to be the next day. Like it doesn't need to be, oh, I thought about this today, I'm going to leave tomorrow. No, you can sit and plan it for a year. You can kind of, figure out, okay, what am I going to do with my pets next year? What am I going to do with my job? What am I going to do? Like, it's so much easier than you think. But not to get too off track here. But yeah, people think about a trip and they wish and wish and wish, and then they just never do it. They watch all the YouTube videos and they look at all the flight tickets on Google Flights and blah blah blah, and then they don't do it. Yeah, they don't do it, and so it's like they wish themselves to death, and then they turn around and see everyone else doing it. Oh, how do I do that? How do I do that? And then they restart the cycle, and it's like, folks, you got to just do it. Like, there's no other way for us to tell you. You just have to do it. You've got to book the ticket because you're not gonna go if you wish yourself to death. So shout out to Tim for that saying right there. But yeah, but when you go, that's like the first initial thing is doing the thing, is booking the trip, booking the plane ticket, booking the train ticket, booking the rental car if you're doing a road trip, whatever the case may be. Booking the cruise if you're rich and do a cruise. Be like these guys with the rich boats out here. But yeah, so that's the first initial step. So you've already done the hard part. I mean, travel is hard overall, but you've done the hardest part, is going. And I mean, once you've gone, now you got the motivation. Now you've got the motivation. Okay, where am I going to stay? Where am I going to travel to? How long am I going to stay here? Am I going to go city hopping, or am I go island hopping if you're in Southeast Asia or the Maldives or something? And it's like, I mean, then it just kind of flows from there. Once you book the ticket, I feel like Gordon Ramsay. Gotta do the little hop and the anyway. Getting sidetracked. But yeah, I mean, you've done the hard part, and so now you got to book the hotel or the hostel. I prefer a hostel, but book the hotel if you can, if you want to. And I'm gonna stay 3 days here, and I'm gonna take the train here, and I'm gonna take a bus here, and I mean, it all starts to just flow and work itself out. It works itself out. It really does. And so if you're going solo, again, suggest booking a hostel, because when you book a hostel, then you've got a lot of people in the same situation as you. Now, again, I talked about the Ross Travels icebreaker method earlier in the stream, and more times than not, it works. More times than none, that does work. But again, like, you may get some cold people. You're gonna get some cold people that just, ain't having it. But again, when you book the hostel, more times than not, a lot of people are in the same situation. Like, they just are. They're a solo travelers, or a travel couple, or a pack of friends, or whatever it is. Like, they're all in the same situation. Like, it doesn't need to be solo. And so when you go and you book a hostel, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna walk into the room and you're gonna have a conversation with someone within 5 minutes of walking in. It happens 9 times out of 10, guaranteed. And then it goes from there. And you may never see them again. You might see them down the line, or you might become best friends. For example, when I first got to Australia in November 2023, November 12th, 2020. Oh my God, 2023. Woo! Was that 16 months ago? 15? I don't know. Wow, 2023. Holy mo! Anyway, when I first got to Australia, I actually came to Australia 4 days early. I was supposed to be here on the 16th. I was in Bangkok, Thailand. I was in Thailand for a couple of weeks. I was supposed to go to Chiang Mai for my last week in Thailand, 1 week in Bangkok and the surrounding areas, and then Chiang Mai for the last half, and then over to here in Australia. And some things happened, and I mean, it wasn't bad or anything. It just, some things didn't work out, and plans changed, and blah blah blah. The nature of traveling, it happens. But I was like, you know what? Like, I have no reason to stay in Bangkok for 4 more days. Like, you don't need to be in Bangkok. That would have been a combination of 2 weeks. Like, you don't need 2 weeks in Bangkok. That's ridiculous. I mean, if you stay there, live there, sure. Digital nomad, fine. But if you're traveling, do not need 2 weeks in Bangkok. That's a long time. And so I'm like, well, I don't need a reason to stay in Bangkok for another 4 days. And everywhere else, like, it's just like, it's not worth visiting in the short little time frame to go over there for, get there, settle in, see everything, come back, and get on a flight within 4 days. It wasn't worth it. So I just flew to Australia early, 4 days. So I flew here, and I already had like a group tour booked. Shout out to Welcome to Travel, by the way. Had a group tour booked And obviously I came early, so my accommodation wasn't ready. So I had to stay in a different hostel over in Melbourne. Sorry guys, my alarms. Yeah, I'm supposed to be waking up for work, and I've been out here for an hour. So yeah, I've got to turn the alarms off, but that's okay. What was I saying? All right. So I went to St. Kilda. Stayed at shout out to Summer House Hostel in St. Kilda. I ended up staying there for the extra 4 days before moving to Space Hostel in the Melbourne CBD. And so it was not planned to be in Australia 4 days early. And I ended up going in, and I booked was it a 6-bed? It was an 8-bed. It was an 8-bed dorm, and it was like $12 a night or something like that. It was crazy, it's crazy cheap, and yeah. So I went to the hostel. I was like, man, I don't know anybody because everyone else I've met, like in the group chat a couple weeks before this, they're not here yet or they're still arriving, and obviously the group trip that I initially booked isn't for another almost week, so I'm here super early. Like, I don't know anybody, and so I checked into the hostel, and me and my buddy Jared, well, I didn't know him, but he is my buddy now, but me and this guy named Jared from New Zealand ended up walking in 30 seconds of each other. We were the last two in the hostel, and walked in, he was still setting up. I had obviously walked in with my big bag, my whole life on my back, and we ended up just like chatting because like he had just gotten there and I had just walked in. Hey man, how's it going? And then we just kind of like started chatting. The Ross Travels icebreaker method. You see what I mean? It all comes back. It all comes back. But yeah, we just started chatting. Started chatting it up. Hey man, where are you from? Oh yeah, I'm from the States. Oh, I'm from New Zealand. And then we just kind of started talking. That turned into like an hour-long conversation. We had walked in to the hostel literally 30 seconds after each other. Like, he got there first, I walked in 30 seconds later, and all of a sudden I'm talking to this dude from New Zealand for an hour, like an hour straight. Like, I put my bag down, we're not even unpacked yet. And then we're just having a chat. And then lo and behold, like, I check out of the hostel after after the 4 days, and within those 4 days, like, I mean, we went and got coffee together, and I mean, literally all 4 days we hung out together. All 4 days, got coffee together, hung out together, went to Queen Victoria Market together. I mean, we did everything together. And then obviously I checked out, went to my initial tour over in the CBD for 2 weeks. And then after the tour, it was like, okay, now I'm back on my own. Like, what am I going to do from here? Am I going to look for work? Am I going to look for a permanent place to stay? So I went back to Summer House Hostel after the Welcome to Travel tour. And Jared was still there. He was there for like a month or something like that. And so Jared was still there. And so I kept in contact with him the whole time. I was like, hey, I'm coming back. I ended up booking the same kind of style room. And then we ended up being roommates again. Shout out to Max and Marie over at Summer House. They're the managers, by the way. They put me back in the same room with them. Easy. So so it was really cool. And so I say all that to say, if you put your mind to a positive mindset when it comes to loneliness while traveling, you'll be fine. But if you think, oh, I'm going to go on this trip and I'm going to be lonely, I'm not going to meet any people, I'm not going to do that, you're putting it out there. So that's what's going to happen, and it's gonna be a nice surprise when you find out you meet some really cool people. But if you go into it thinking, yeah, I'm gonna meet a few people and I'm gonna try and do my best and whatever, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So okay, all good. But yeah, folks. So that's just kind of to round off the whole loneliness while traveling aspect. I've been on that topic for a while, so I'm gonna hop off of that. Again, watch my video last week, kind of get into more depth about that. And what else do I have? I've already talked about travel announcement next week. The sun's finally out. It's great. Love that. Any more people in their, yeah, some people undocked their boats. We got some people in their rich boats out there. But yeah, so yeah, good stuff, folks. Where are we at? 50 minutes? Okay, yeah, we'll do 10 more minutes. We'll do an hour stream. I appreciate you guys, by the way. We're supposed to do a 30-minute live stream today. I had a lot of people coming in and out. And then literally at like the 29-minute mark, it had like a slew of people come into the stream. So I appreciate it. And there's an ant on my crock. Here we go. No, I did not say another word. I said a crock with the C. Okay, a crock with the. Okay, don't think about it too hard. Anyway, but it's early, folks. It's early in the morning. I'm a little discombobulated, but it's good. I mean, it's good out here. Like it's good weather. You got the ocean literally right here. I mean, you can't see it because of the post. Anyone who's just now joining, they'll give you a little view of the ocean. Oh yeah, that's nice. I don't know if you can see that boat over there, but they've been straight chilling all morning. Apologies, I know you guys were on an angle right now. I've already talked about it a few times previously, so go ahead and watch the replay for that. Long story short, I had, I had my iPad flat with the ocean behind me, and I was sitting down. But then nature called, and a lot of ants took over my iPad, so I didn't want them to get all in there, so I had to stand up, put you guys on a post. The post is a little bit angled back, so it's my iPad case, so that's why it looks like you guys are looking at the sky. But kind of sucks. I want the ocean to be behind me, but it's what happens. It's part of travel. Let's see. Got a question here. Oh, it went away. Hold on. Let me bring this back up. Bring this question back. Do you venture out on those boats? Yeah, those are personal people's boats out there. All the rich folks are here. Fun fact, actually. So there's where's the boat over there? Oh, you guys can't see it, but there's a Italian couple here that's been here for, oh my God, the whole time I've been here. I've been here, what, a month, a little over a month, just under a month and a half. This Italian couple's been here the entire time I've been here, even before I got here. And just to kind of give a perspective, by the way, we got Garden, Family, Superior, Villa, Dolphin. So we have 5 sections of the resort. We've got the Dolphin area, which is like not the cheap area, but it's the cheapest area other than the campgrounds. We've got the Superior, so it's like beach view, like small villas type situations. And we have actual villas that are like super long, 2-3 bedroom villas, super overpriced. And then we have like family studios and garden rooms. I'm not going to bore you with all the prices with everything, but the villas, for example, are between $600 and $900 a night, depending on the season, which is absurd. The Superior rooms are a little bit smaller. They range from about $300 to $500 a night, Australian dollars a night. Again, I ain't paying that. But there's a boat out here, not this one over here, but there's another one over here. You guys can't see it because of the sun, so I won't do that to you. But there's this Italian couple that's been here the entire time I've been here, and again, it's been a month and a half, and so between $300 and $500 a night for, what was that, 60 days? I'll just give the benefit of the doubt. I'll give him 50 days. Hey Siri, what's 500 times 50? Oh my God. 500 times, it was a 50,000. Siri. Oh my God. Sorry guys. I can't do mental math. Hey Siri, what's $500 a night times 50? That's not right. Okay. Siri needs a little bit of coffee, folks. This should be easy, quick math, but it's also 7 a.m., so bear with me. $500 a night times 50 nights, 25,000. That's ridiculous. So these people with this rich boat over here, not like a yacht or anything, but this Italian couple have been here getting the benefit 50 nights, and the Superior rooms over here cost about $500 a night. Yeah, it's 25 grand. and they're still here. What do we even? They're like an older Italian couple, and they're very, very picky. They literally I clean their room every day because they're like we have them classified as VIP. Yeah, I mean they're cool. They're cool people, but they're just really picky. Like they like to have things a certain way. They have like 4 or 5 bath mats around their room, one at the door, one on each side of their bed, and one at the front. They have pillows at the end of their bed, so their feet are elevated at night. They have a rolled up towel that goes inside the pillowcase, so it's like a buffed bottom. It's ridiculous. It's rich people problems. No judgment, but rich people problems. But anyway, they have a boat out here, and anytime I see them on the boat is when I go and clean their room, because anytime they're in the room when I clean it, they get really picky. No, can you guys clean this? Can you guys clean this? Oh, make sure don't forget this. Blah blah. I'm in there for forever, and I don't want to do that. So I always wait until I see them on their boat, and then I go and clean their room really quick, and then I get out of there. But anyway, but there are some cool people around here that have, you know, some pretty decent boats. Um, trying to have rich people, trying to have rich people problems. I love it. Absolutely love it. This is why we're a good pair. That's why we're a good pair. We've got, yeah, start a channel. Okay, I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want to give away the alias, but yeah, start your own YouTube channel, and you gotta name it "Rich People Problems." Okay. Anyway, I literally just came up with that off the top of my head. But no, it's but there's some cool people out here that like stay in the campground and stuff because they want to be cheap, and they just like bring their boat and they stay in the campground for like a couple of days, and they go around, and some of the staff have been on their boats and stuff, and you know, I mean, listen, when it comes to Australians, like all you have to do is offer them up, you know, a carton or a case of, you know, 30 pack of Great Northern, and they'll take you anywhere. Like it's easy. You bring a pack of Great Northern to a group of Aussies, they give you whatever you want. Like it's as easy as that. So, but I know some staff has gone out with some of the like locals and people that travel up and stuff that brought their boats and whatever, and they're here on like school holiday or whatever, public holiday. There's a million public holidays in Australia, by the way, so they're always here, and yeah, it's pretty cool. But that's good stuff. It's good stuff around here, folks. I mean, I'm only going to be here for another 5 months. Until at the end of August is when this whole trip is going to start. For anyone who's joining the stream, thanks for joining the stream. I'm going to be ending off here in a few minutes, but I'll keep going here. But I know a lot of people have been coming in and out. People have been popping by for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you know, half the time, however long. Appreciate you guys. Doesn't matter how long you've been here or if you're watching the replay. Appreciate you guys all regardless. But what was I saying before? Yeah, so I'm only going to be here for another 5 months or so. March, April, May, June. Yeah, 5 months, and I'm out of here. You know, I've got a massive for anyone who's missed it, by the way, who was joining in, massive 5 month, give or take, 5 month multi-country trip. Coming at the end of this year and even going into next year. Video on that is going to be out next week, March 19th. Mark your calendars. I got a couple family members' birthdays next week, by the way, too. March 19th. Oh, March Madness. But yeah, so look out for that video next week. I'm still in the process of recording it because I've got a lot of different aspects of that video. So I'll be recording a little bit today, a little bit more tomorrow, and I'll be wrapping up and editing that video over the weekend, and it'll be out next Wednesday. So just make sure to subscribe, share with the folks you know, share with the folks you don't know. Again, some countries you guys know about, some countries nobody knows about, and some countries no one, well, there's a few people, but other than those few people, no one is expecting. Nobody is expecting. And that's going to be the fun part. That's going to be the fun one to reveal. Because like when I say, oh yeah, I'm going to X, Y, and Z, they're going to be like, what? It's safe, don't worry. But there's a few places in there in my travel plans that, number one, I've actually booked it 2 days ago. It's actually going to be the first stop. My first stop was Sri Lanka, but I changed my plans because welcome to Ross Travels. So my first stop is going to be at said location. You gotta tune in for next week's video. But it's going to be at said location. But I booked the ticket last week. It was actually pretty cheap. It's pretty far from here actually. And as again, not to a very well-known location, but it was like for the flex fare to change your flights and refunds and stuff like that. It was, I mean, with the bag, like a big checked bag and a carry-on. I mean, $600 bucks. What was it, 650 Australian dollars one way? Not bad with food. I mean, considering it's going to be a 25-hour journey, not bad at all, folks. So you gotta stay tuned for that. That's gonna be my very first destination. I changed it. This was 2 days ago. But yeah, big 5 month, give or take, multi country trip. It's gonna be fun. I am very, very excited, and I can't wait to share it all with you guys. Again, some of you guys know about it, some guys don't know about it, about some places, and some places, no one is expecting. No one is expecting, and that's gonna be fun to reveal. Cannot wait to see the reactions on that. I think I got a couple comments here. Let me go through and scroll the live chat. Be sure I didn't miss anything. Let me see. Oh yeah, I missed a couple here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is it to get your working holiday visa? For Australia, with 10 being the easiest, 1 being the hardest. For U.S. citizens, well, I would say when I applied in 2023, I would give it a, well, hell, I got it approved in like 2 minutes, so I would give it a 9 or a 10 in 2023. Now it's a bit hard because so many people are traveling and the Brits are taking over. Not a shot at the Brits. It's just because, I mean, the Commonwealth and blah blah blah. So many Brits are here, and it's like a big whatever. But yeah, now it's a little bit harder just because, and also because a lot of people come over here on a student visa. Now, if folks come here on a student visa, they can't work for more than part-time hours, which is 24 hours a week. So even if people are working, they can only work, or at least get paid for 24 hours a week. But the problem is a lot of students have been taking advantage of that over the course of a few years. I mean, even a lot before, but more now. And so a lot of folks will be doing like a lot of under the table jobs and blah, blah, blah. And the Aussie government has caught on to that. So they're like, all right, we're going to make it hard for everybody, which is why it took 3.5, 4 months for my second year visa to get approved while I was in the country. Like normally that should be quick. I'm already here. Like, so there have been some things, some little under the table things that have gone on, and that's why the visa processing times have been a little bit longer. But it's still very easy. Like for U.S. citizens, because it's different for everybody and which passport you hold. I've got a 3-part series on this, by the way. If anyone's watching this and is interested about the working holiday visa, I've got a 3-part series on this on my channel that I did not that long ago. I filmed it. It was last September, so it wasn't that long ago. So go give that a shot. If you go give that a look if you guys are wondering about the working holiday visa in Australia. But it's pretty easy. For U.S. citizens, fairly easy. For New Zealand, also fairly easy. And I would say now in 2025, I would say around, I'll probably give it a 7. So it's still fairly easy. It's not hard. I would give it a 7 in 2025 for getting your working holiday visa as a U.S. citizen. But a couple of years ago, I would say about 9 or a 10. Just because, again, a lot of folks have been taking advantage of different visas and stuff and under the table things. So the Aussie government is making all of us suffer. But it's still very easy. I mean, life is good out here. I mean, I'm here at 7 a.m. on the ocean. I mean, you guys can't see it, but 7 a.m. on the ocean. I mean, I'm out here doing a sunrise live stream. Like, this is pretty sick. I wish the post that my iPad is sitting on wasn't tilted back so far, so I want the water behind me. I know I've talked about this a few times. For anyone who is joining, I know a lot of people have come in and out of the stream, so I've said this a bunch of times. But for anyone who's joined the live stream, I know I'm at a weird angle, and I'm also standing for this one. I have my iPad at the bottom with the water. I mean, the water is literally right here. Actually, I'll show you. The water is literally right there. Like, it's literally right there. It's very, very nice. But with my iPad case, and then also with the post that it's sitting on, it's at an angle. But down at the bottom on the sand, a lot of ants were all over my iPad, and I didn't want them to get all in the... It's nature. It's fine. I just had to stand because I didn't want to have to keep swiping them off and get distracted. So had to put you guys on a post, but the post is like a little bit of an angle, so that's why the angle's a little bit weird. But, content creator problems. Anyway, but yeah, so that's how it is. And it's good. It's a good life out here. I like it, and work is going well. Also, I mean, with every place you go to, you've got personality issues. Nothing I'm not used to. I mean, every place I go to, there's always 1 or 2 people with some strong personalities, I'll say. But it is what it is. I'm not going to get too far into that. I'm not going to go too much into that. Everything is fine. It's fine. Let me check the chat. I think I missed a couple things. Bear with me, folks. On your secret trip, can you reveal what continent? Ooh. Actually, I can. Actually, I can because the continent is huge. So for those who don't know, I'll go over the ones that people do know about. So if you guys have been following the channel and everything, and also my Instagram, rosstravelsofficial on Instagram and TikTok, by the way, more live updates, more in time updates and stuff like that. We're gonna be doing more Instagram lives as well. I might do an Instagram live later this week. Actually, I might do an Instagram live this weekend. So follow me, rosstravels.official on Instagram for more in time, real time updates, and like more in depth travel plans and stuff like that. But so the countries that folks do know about, or at least should know about if they follow me closely, is Sri Lanka, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Those are the 4 countries. I've talked about it a lot. Those are the 4 countries I'm definitely going to. There are more countries because obviously I said 10, so give or take 10. So obviously there's a lot of countries that a lot of people don't know about. I will say that obviously those 4 countries that I'm going to are in South Asia. On the secret trip with a few countries that I will not name, because I want to keep up the suspense and no one's going to expect this. It's in the same continent. Well, yeah, it's in the same continent. It's in Asia, but it's not Southeast Asia. It is not Southeast Asia. I will give you guys that hint. It is not Southeast Asia. South Asia, yes, as in, again, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Nepal. I did that in the wrong order, but those 4 countries, a lot of people know about that. I will be going to those 4 countries. A lot of people know that already. Actually, someone, if you guys follow me on Instagram, again, you guys would have seen this about a week ago. I'm also going to Africa. So it's like, I know that's really cool. For those who watched my Bali series, my 3-part Bali series last, July and August, I went on a group trip with True Travels. Shout out to True Travels. Went on a group tour with Zoe. Travel with Zoe. Go follow Zoe, by the way. She's awesome. But you guys saw the 3-part series. Those videos did very, very well. Zoe is actually hosting another group trip in Morocco in October this year. This was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So this was not in my initial plans. But yeah, so I'm going to Morocco in October and I'm very, very excited. So I'm also going to be going with Zoe and she's doing another group trip again. So we'll be running it back. We'll be reuniting. But if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys would have seen that she posted about both of us saying that we're going to reunite and everything. So it was really cool. Yeah, but the countries that I will not name, the extra countries, it is also in Asia, but it's not in Southeast Asia. So I'll give you that hint. But I'm so pumped with Africa. I'm so pumped with Africa. That's where we're at. That's where we're at so far. So I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. It's still burning hot from this morning. Jesus, it's been an hour and a half and it's still hot. Yeah, so that's where we're at, so folks. Hold on, let me just fresh up on some comments, be sure I didn't miss anything. Yes, Africa. So pumped about Africa, folks. I've always wanted to go to Africa, but it was not on my list for this year. But now it is. So, that's the name of Ross Travels. I can, when I have some flexibility and stuff, probably gonna make some stuff happen, which is really, really cool. Yeah, okay. So I guess just to kind of give you guys more of a context on why I'm going to do this massive trip, because I think my longest trip has been 4 weeks. That's been my longest vacation time, like ever. Doing seasonal work in the States and doing everything. 4 weeks. Here's some movement back here. I want to see. There's a guy walking by. He's doing some fishing, but I want to keep on the lookout for dolphins, because if I see dolphins, I'll try and move the camera. But anyway, 4 weeks has been my longest trip, and ever. I mean, with every job I've done, every travel, whatever, like 3 weeks has been my longest. 4 weeks has been my longest. It was the longest when I went from the U.S. and moved out to Australia. I did 2 weeks in Thailand and then 2 weeks in Australia on the group trip. And then I started working again at the hostel. What time is it? 7:30. Okay. But yeah, so the reason why, because like I have a big backpack with me and stuff like that. Like I want to go backpacking. Like that's what I came out here to do. I did not come out here to work. Yes, to work, but like not to work full time for the whole time. I'm not doing all that. So obviously I need to work a little bit more because I need to save some money. I need to pay off some debts in the U.S. because IRS and Uncle Sam or whatever. It is what it is. And also travel is not. I mean, it can be cheap, but not everything is cheap, especially when you go to some certain places. So, but I've come out here to backpack. I've come out here to backpack. So, I now said I'm going to focus on just working majority of this year, all the way to August, just bust it out, make that cash, save up some money, and do a massive trip. Come on, get off of stupid ants. And do a massive trip. Do a massive 5-month trip, multi-month trip, and not have to worry about work, not have to worry about clocking in, not have to worry about personality issues with folks at work, and or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that, and that's why I'm trying to get this whole YouTube thing going. Again, we're gonna be ramping it up, especially after the travel announcements next week, March 19th. But I'm trying to set myself up to get to the big trip, because once I get to the big trip, it's going to be unlimited content, and not that I can't do it here. But I just need to kind of not stagger it, but I need to just evenly space it out. That's why I'm doing weekly videos, or, actually my structure right now, I talked about this earlier in the stream, but some folks have been coming in and out. But my idea is to do a video, live stream, video, live stream, video, live stream. We keep doing it because I want to have time to think about some pretty solid ideas. I don't want to just throw up a video just to have a video. It's just kind of pointless. But then also, like, if I do a pretty in-depth video, I could do a live stream like this and we could talk about it, and also I could do some live interactions with you guys and kind of get to know you guys a bit more, interact with you guys live and talk about some things live and give you guys some behind the scenes and it's just kind of fun to do it like that. So and also I can upload this as a replay and people can watch the replay, and that could be like the video for the week. And then also, I mean, again, like social media, Instagram live. I need to do some TikTok lives as well, but sorry, all the U.S. citizens, you guys had a whole thing with TikTok like a month ago or something. I'm in Australia, so you could have avoided that if you get your passport, but get your passport. I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back. I was harping on it for a long time, and then there was like maybe 4 or 5 months where I just kind of faded off. We're bringing it back to the channel. Get your passport, especially my U.S. citizens, but everybody. I mean, it goes for everybody. But again, I'm from the States. I know how we travel because we don't. So, so that's why I'm going to keep harping on it, especially for the U.S. citizens. Not that anyone else doesn't do this, but I can't really speak on another country. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I see a lot of Canadians. I see a lot of Europeans. There are some places where getting passports really not that easy, but for all my U.S. citizens, pretty easy to get a passport. So I need to. We're bringing it back. I'm going to keep harping on it. But I lost my train of thought. I got passionate there for a second. What was I talking about? Anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, so that's how we're gonna do it. So video, live stream, just so we can kind of talk about it, talk about some previous things too, and give you live updates on what's going on in life too. Like, it doesn't need to be just about last week's video or 2 weeks video, 2 week ago video. We could talk about, hey, how's the week going and how's things going out here, and get some live updates. I'm gonna get dolphins on a live stream. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try. And yeah, we're gonna do more streams like this as well. I think the early morning streams for me, I was talking about this earlier in the stream as well. I've been playing around with a lot of stream times because obviously I've got people that watch me in Australia, I got people that watch me in Europe, and I've got people that watch me in North America, and really everywhere. I think besides Antarctica, I think I've got some pretty solid, not fans, because that's, we're getting too ahead of ourselves here. But I've got subscribers and stuff that watch me in almost every continent. So someone's got to sacrifice. And that's just kind of how it goes. So, but I think the early morning streams for me seem to kind of help out a lot, because I think if I do like an afternoon or even an evening stream here in Australia, then it's like either the crack of dawn or the middle of the night, literally everywhere else. So someone's got to sacrifice, so it's gonna have to be me. And it's good because I come out here at 6 in the morning and it's peaceful, weather's calm, the sun's just now coming up, and I have some coffee. Like, it's great. It's peaceful. There's not a lot of people. There's no kids. It's good. It's perfect. So I don't mind getting up early in the morning doing streams. So I think we'll do that. Because about the end of the day, like the the late evening or the mid evening for everyone back in the States and South America as well, and then also in Europe, like in the UK and stuff. It'll be what 6. It'll be 10 p.m. in the UK. So not that bad. I know a lot of people in the UK that stay up past 10 o'clock. So, so it's good. So I think we'll roll with that. But yeah, what time is it here? Okay, I guess I got a little bit of time. I'll stand for a few more minutes, folks, and I'll hop off so I can go get ready for work. I've got work in about an hour and some change. I just want to go back, have a little bit of breakfast, finish off this coffee. Also, I don't want my iPad to overheat because the sun is beaming. Be sure, make sure I'm not overheating here, so we're all good. But yeah, so that's really all I got, folks. I'll kind of round it off here. I'm going to be buying a drone here soon. This is what happens when you guys join the live stream. You guys get some exclusive updates here and on Instagram. rosstravelsofficial on Instagram. Share it with the folks you know. Share it with the folks you don't know. But we're going to be getting a drone here soon. I might actually buy it this morning. There's one that I have in mind, but I just want to, I like to just watch the videos and reviews and this and that. And, cause there's one that I want. There's one specific one that I want, but the whole thing that I'm going back and forth on is the controller. And if anyone has any drone suggestions, controller suggestions, because I want to get the DJI Mini 3. That one's really good. I know they have like the Mini 4 and the Mini 4K, but those ones don't really. I mean, they have good features and they're nice, but they're just not the 3, which is crazy because those ones are newer. But the 3 just overall is just great. And there's a few that I've seen, but I'm going back and forth on the controller, which is like the RC1 and the RC or something like that. The one with the screen and the one where you have to put your phone and connect it. I'm going back and forth on that because like there's pros and cons to each, and I've watched so many videos. I don't want to use my phone for more than it already gets used for anyway. I mean, it's built for it, but I mean, I already use it for a lot of stuff. So, especially for a lot of content and B-roll and stuff like that. So, but then with the RC, the one with the built-in screen, like sometimes the signal can't be great, and it's kind of hard to transfer stuff to the. There's pros and cons to both, but I think I will be buying that drone maybe as early as after the live stream. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. Yeah, it's kind of all the updates there. Got my flight tickets to a very unknown country. You guys may or may not find out in next week's announcement video. I'm gonna go through my whole travel plans in the travel announcement video, but I might keep a couple countries in a specific area on the back burner for now. Not to travel to, but as far as announcement goes, I think I'll keep it just for the suspense. Again, I think only like 4 people know about those 3 countries. Well, I kind of gave it away. 3 countries ish, maybe. Yeah, I might keep the suspense up a little bit because nobody, is expecting me to go to those places. And I'm pumped to see the reaction. I'm pumped. So I think I might hold off a little bit. I might hold off until the winter here, but the summer for everyone in the northern hemisphere. I might hold off another couple months, and then we'll see. But we got that. I got my DJI Action 5. I finally got the new microphones, by the way. So because my old, the original DJI mics don't work with the DJI Action 5. I don't know why, because the original mics aren't even that old. But good marketing tool. But I've got the mic minis now, so we're recording on travel announcement video on that camera, so it should look nice and good and clean. Okay, sorry GoPro, but not as good. And I think that's everything. I think I've got it all. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up, folks. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go to work in about an hour, so I'm gonna get back, eat some breakfast and stuff, get myself together, and maybe buy a drone this morning. But also my friends Tom and Mika, they start today, which is very, very fun. They actually start in 10 minutes, which is good. I'm so excited to have my friends back out here. It's going to be very, very, it's good to have some familiar faces out here. We worked together in the Outback for 4 months. So it's good to have them out here, have them get a job out here. So It's gonna be a fun 4 months, and a lot of people are gonna be coming here for the winter season. A lot of staff and stuff, so we'll be good. There's gonna be a lot more people and a lot more going on. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna get out of here, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning into the stream. I said we're going to do a 30-minute live stream, and it turned into what, an hour and 20 minutes looks like. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Like and subscribe to Ross Travels here on YouTube, rosstravels.official on Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, look out. March 19th, next week, next Wednesday. Big travel announcement. You guys are not going to want to miss it. I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped. Going to Asia, going to Africa, and maybe a couple other continents as well. But yeah, we'll say that for the video. Gotta say it for the video. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Be kind to each other, love one another, and I'll see you later. As my finger is all up in the camera.